Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Unity of Orange County. How are you doing today? You look nice. That's nice. Did you do your hair today? Good, 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 good. Well, guys, welcome in. It is time to raise our vibration by singing, so please rise. We're going to start by singing, Spirit is in this place. Here we go. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof, the shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. All right, sing out. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof, the shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Raise the roof, the shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Thank you guys so much. You may be seated, and I want to welcome Tina to the platform.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everyone today? What a beautiful day today, isn't it? Yes, finally. That's great. Well, we always like to start our service by affirming our church prayer. So let's all really say it like you mean it, because, you know, prayer, everything that you say, it goes out there. And we want it to come back. So together, we pray, believe, and affirm continued growth and prosperity for unity of Orange County, with an abundance to spare and share. With grateful hearts, we give thanks for answered prayer, and so it is. Amen. And our vision statements: centered in divine love, we joyfully co-create a world that works for all. And our mission statement: to awaken, inspire, and transform lives. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank those that helped make this service possible. It really does take a village. Bill on piano, keyboard, Jerry on drums, Tom vocals, and we have Waverly and John YouTubing and streaming, and we have Mark on camera. And today we had Fiona and Roxanne. Oh, there they are. Okay. And we had Fiona and Roxanne, greeters today. And we have the dynamic duo today of, we have Diane doing the daily word. Thank you, Diane. And our message today will be given by our special Chenise. She is very special. All right, a few announcements today. If you need prayer, you can email your prayer to uocpray@gmail, and you'll receive an email, and your name will be put on the prayer list. So if you want to join the group, which meets once a month, contact Diane at gmail.com, or just speak to her today. She's right here. And it's a wonderful thing. We do have a lot of our Unity coffee cups that were on the back wall. And if you would like one, please let us know, and you can pick one up by one of the board members. They know where they are, and they can get one for you. It's a nice little souvenir to have. And we have a lot of those. Okay. Celebration of Life for Christopher. So please join us on June the 4th at 10 a.m. as we celebrate the life of the loving spirit that is Christopher. The celebration will be held at the Aliso Creek Park and Wildlife Sanctuary in Laguna Woods. And it'll be by the big tree, and you can't miss it. The celebration is Christopher style. So that means wear comfortable clothing and shoes, bring a blanket and or a chair. Light refreshments will be served picnic style after. And you're invited to share whatever memories of Christopher you would like to share with the group. And I believe there are flyers. Holly? Yes. Okay, great. On the table. So please pick one up and put this on your calendar. When you go, that's a good question. Thank you, Carla. If you are not a Laguna Woods resident, when you go to the gate, tell them that you are there for Christopher Mayer's memorial service. And your best bet is to enter in gate 3, which is off Moulton, those of you who are coming in from the outside. And if you need any further directions, please see me or anybody, any of the board members, Holly, myself. Okay, any other questions about celebration? Oh, Amy, yes, I'm see. Amy needs some volunteers for June, and we are looking now for greeters and for hospitality. So please see Amy and sign up. Again, hospitality does not have to be a lunch. Just light snacks are nice. Somebody was very sweet today and brought some cookies. That was very nice of them to do that, and we appreciate that. Diane. Oh, yes. The coffee that was donated was brought to the Mental Health Center, and they really, really appreciated it. So thank you again for your donation. And I was talking to Diane about this morning, that, you know, being of service, when you are being of service, and you're not just being of service to others, you really are being of service to yourself. And this really is your way of saying, wow, thank you, Tina. You know, or Diane or Chenise. And Diane, what did you tell me the Buddhists call that? Now, see, we forgot. A positive selfishness, that you do enhance yourself, your endorphins, just by helping others. So think of that as you are volunteering. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tina.
Mm-hmm.
So the talk today is about the courage to love, paraphrasing, that's not the exact title. And when I heard this title, this song immediately came to mind. So this is traditionally a love song. And it's Billy Joel, which you guys know I love. But what this song speaks of is exactly that, the courage to love. It's about when you enter into any relationship, doesn't have to be romantic, you have to surrender a certain part of your fear of trust in that relationship. And that's exactly what this song is about. So. heart there is a room, a sanctuary safe and strong, to heal the wounds from lovers past, until the new one comes along. I spoke to you in cautious tones. You answered me with no pretense, and still I feel I said too much. My silence is my self-defense, and every time I've held a rose, it only seems I've felt the thorns. And so it goes, and so it goes, and so will you soon, I suppose. But if my silence made you leave, then that would be my worst mistake. So I will share this room with you, and you can have this heart to break. And this is why my eyes are closed. It's just as well for all I've seen. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows. So I would choose to be with you. That's if the choice were mine to make. But you can make decisions too, and you can have this heart to break. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows. Thank you, guys. So, guys, let's get comfortable in our chairs, feet flat on the floor if that's comfortable for your body. We're going to get ready for the daily word and meditation. We're going to do that by singing Blessing to the World. The first one is for you. You are. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. Now take it in for yourself. Know the I am. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. Now, having filled up your cup, expand to everyone. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world, a blessing to the world. I'd like to invite Diane to the platform.
Good morning on this beautiful May 22nd, 2022. So let's just take a couple deep breaths before I read the daily word. You know, the wonderful people at Unity Village write these beautiful messages every day, and they're just always so perfect. Today's word is forgive. So let's relax into the preciousness of this present moment as we listen to these beautiful words. Forgive. I begin my journey of forgiveness. Unforgiveness is a heavy bag of rocks I carry on my shoulders. When I drop the bag and begin to set the rocks aside, one by one, I embark upon a healing journey. God is with and within me on this journey as my constant support and strength. When forgiveness feels difficult, I need only return my attention to Spirit's constant, loving, and accepting presence within me. Reestablishing my conscious connection brings warm and welcoming acceptance. It is an important step in the unburdening process of forgiveness. I forgive others as well as myself. Knowing each act of forgiveness increases my freedom to live a happy and fulfilling life. And from Colossians 3:13, bear with one another, and if anyone has a complaint against another, forgive each other, just as the Lord has forgiven you. So you also must forgive. Now it's time to honor our prayer requests. So Holly's going to bring up our prayer box with any prayer intentions are in this box or that you have in your heart right now. So, dear beloved Holy Presence, we give thanks for answered prayers, for all of these requests in this box and all of those requests in your hearts right now. Let's take a minute for each of us to pray silently for each and everyone's prayer request. Thank you, Divine Holy Presence, for answered prayer. And so it is. Now it's time for our meditation. I'm going to do something a little bit different today, and this is called the Sacred Word Mindfulness Meditation. So there's 4 parts to this meditation. We're going to really meditate on the word forgive and really enforce that deep within ourselves. I'm going to guide you through it, but the first part is going to be the sound of the word. You're going to repeat the word over and over to yourself, and then we'll go into the second part, which are your thoughts about that word. The third part will be your feelings about that word. And then the fourth part will be letting go. So let's start by taking 3 deep breaths, breathing in the love of the divine. Breathing in compassion. Breathing in forgiveness. So now the sound of the word forgive. Just keep repeating it over and over softly. I'll repeat it and then continue repeating it. So just focus on the sound of the word forgive. 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 And keep repeating, just listening to the sound of the word forgive. Continue breathing. Just the sound of the word forgive. Now let's move to the thoughts about forgiveness. What thoughts are coming to you about this word? It could be the meaning of the word forgive. It could be someone you want to forgive. It could be compassionate self-forgiveness. Just keep breathing and allow whatever thoughts arise to acknowledge those thoughts. Welcome those thoughts. Now, allow any feelings to come through into your body. Any feelings about the word or your thoughts about forgiveness. Just allow them and feel them. Allow your breathing to guide those feelings and settle in your body wherever they want to be felt. Fully aware of the present moment. And when the feelings begin to fade, just let go. Let go. Let go. Fill yourself with loving kindness and compassion. Fill yourself as you continue to breathe. Feel the love of the divine and the preciousness of this moment. Continue focusing on your breath. And then when you feel comfortable, open your eyes. Be aware of this precious present moment. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you, Diane, Tina. There seems to be a theme going on. I love how Spirit tends to coordinate that. So obviously I'm not Reverend Arlene or some of the other illustrious speakers. I've got tiny but mighty shoes to step into today, but it's really my honor to be with you and explore today. As you heard, the title of the talk, although it's more of a theme, is all about finding the courage to love it all. The courage to love it all. And finding the courage to love it all, it really came from a question that, as some of you know me, some of my close friends, my former teachers, kind of known as Lois Lane, because I'm always on a quest ion. The very word question has quest ion, and I learned through asking questions. So this talk came about from a question, a very real question that I've been kind of holding in my heart the past few weeks, especially what's happening in Ukraine, some of the suffering that's been happening among even our congregation, what happened last week in Buffalo, even in Laguna, and I didn't want to spiritually bypass it. And in one of the study groups I'm a part of, they really talk about spiritual bypassing and making sure that we are not doing that. And so as I was thinking about what can I do? What can we do when things really happen? I want to make sure I'm not spiritually bypassing, right? What can we do? And so I really sat down with this question. And what really came up to me was through these past few weeks of really coming to understand through the talk that I'm giving today is that what we can do has to do with cultivating our spiritual practice so it can sustain us through the suffering. Not so that we can hide in our meditation, in the meditation hall, but really, like, what can we do? And so I came across, like all things, we get inspired messages, and I came across this thing that just kept coming back and back to myself, and it was love thyself, right? Love thyself. What can we do? It has to start with loving ourselves. So my talk is going to talk about cultivating the energy of courage to love it all, the good, the bad, and the hug me. I don't like the word ugly. Because a lot of times it seems like we want to put on this good vibes only face. But in unity, we're all of it. We're the light, we're the dark, we're the pain, we're the joy, we're the hope, and we're the despair. And we run sometimes. We want to run away from it because we don't know how to sit with it. We don't know how to embrace it. So in this question of what can we do, I really took some insight from the most recent father of mindfulness, Thich Nhat Hanh, who was a Vietnamese monk, and who really brought the wisdom of Buddhism and mindfulness to the West, and actually to the world. He was even nominated by Martin Luther King for a Nobel Peace Prize in the 60s for his approach to nonviolence and spreading the teaching of Buddhism and mindfulness throughout the world. So in this question of what can we do, there are 7 words that I found from him in this last 2 weeks that have really helped me and that I want to share with you as the key to cultivate the courage to love it all. Because it's an energy that we use, the energy of mindfulness that they use in the West, in the East, in the Western Christian tradition would be called the Holy Spirit, right? We cultivate this spirit. We get in touch with it so that we can suffer with others. The word compassion means to suffer with, but we can't escape loving ourselves first. So these 7 words come from Thich Nhat Hanh in the book, The Awakened Heart. And it's a mantra. It's a practice that he invites us to do, to be with ourself. And it's, dear one, I am here for you. The biggest gift that we can give another when we want to show our love for them is our presence, is our time. The biggest gift we can give ourselves is being present for ourselves. Dear one, I'm here for you. So these 7 words of mindfulness is my invitation and my exploration today that I want to share with you so we can work this out down to the nit and grit of how these 7 words can help us cultivate the energy of mindfulness, that we can really prove we're not spiritual bypassers. We are spiritual activists, and we're going to use this energy so we can cultivate it. We can bring it back out into the world. What's great is we have our Sangha here, as they call it. I'm learning all these new terms. I love it. Our community, so we can practice together. So before I get in to the first quote by the Buddha, that has to do with getting right with ourselves and really this idea of loving ourselves and coming back home to ourselves, we're just going to do that really quick together, just by beginning by breathing together. So the first step in really aligning with this practice of mindfulness is just breathing in. I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I know I'm breathing out. It's that simple. There's nothing outside you. That brings our body, there's that bridge, and our minds into cohesion, into calm, so we can come back to ourselves and step into the living room. And let's check out who's there, what's going on. Beloved one, dear one, I'm here for you. We want to be there for others who are in their suffering and their pain. We have to understand, so we have to look. So meditation's all about looking and listening about what's really going on, but also clearing out that debris that we confuse for reality. So the Buddha says the object of your practice should, first of all, be yourself. Your love for the other, your ability to love another person depends on your ability to love yourself. The practice of mindfulness, the practice of meditation, consists in us coming back to ourselves in order to restore peace and harmony. Caring for yourself, reestablishing peace in yourself, is the basic condition for helping someone else. To be able to provide help, we have to have a little calm, a little joy, and a little compassion in ourselves. This is what we get from mindfulness in everyday life, not just in the meditation hall. It's done in the kitchen, in the garden, when we're driving, on the telephone. If you can do it this way, 3 weeks are enough to transform the pain inside of you, to bring back your joy in living, and to cultivate the energy of compassion with which you can help others. So back to this question of what can we do? Dear one, I am here for you. So we go, we breathe, we make that space within ourselves. We use that energy of the Holy Spirit to touch into the real. And what I love about this is that there's no running away. In Buddhism, it's non-dualistic. So it's not a battlefield where like you have anger, or you have jealousy coming up and you want to get mad at that and you want to be violent to it. It's actually, they say, to mother your suffering, to take an embracing, tender, caring hold. Dear one, I'm here, right? What happens to mothers when their baby cries, right? Thich Nhat Hanh says that your suffering is your baby, right? You care for it like your baby. A mother might not know what's going on, but she picks up her baby. So we get into mindfulness, we get into meditation where we look, we step into the living room, and we see who's there. Oh, anger, you're there. Hi, anger. Dear one, I'm here for you. I'm here, right? We hold it. We hold it. And then we allow it to move through. So the first step in loving someone is being there, right? Showing up for people. A little text you get from a friend, a phone call, right? But for ourselves, the first step is being there. And then the second step is recognizing. So we have this come up. We're trying to cultivate the love and to love it all, right? And we're not worthy when we clear out all this debris. We're worthy right now. So we have to have some strength and some courage to be able to sit with some of this stuff, sit with some of this misunderstanding we have in ourselves. So he says that the task of the mediator is not to chase away or suppress the energy of anger, but it's to invite another energy that will be able to care for it, right? So every time we have an energy that needs to be transformed, we do something to care for this energy. And when you do, we touch the seed of mindfulness. It's all about cultivating, talking about growing the ability to have the courage to love it all. It sounds like a big, long sentence, but it's because it's a practice, right? We're cultivating the energy. We're not done. We're actually growing it. This little tiny seed of mindfulness, that the seed of Christ is in us. And every time we come back, we grow it, and it makes us stronger and makes us able to come back home. So we recognize it, we hold it, and then we can have inspired action. When we go into that space, then that's where we receive their wisdom. That's where we receive the guidance of how to care for it. So this 7-word mantra, dear one, I am here for you. That's the wisdom of how we can care for it. And then we can carry that back out into the world, knowing the truth of who we are. And the reason why this is so important to practice over and over and over again, to have the courage to love those who we view filled with hate, to not justify the suffering, the white supremacy, the pain that we see in the world. Like, we should not be okay with it. It's okay to be angry about it, right? Doesn't mean that we run back into, our meditation hall and stay there. It's know that we realize that, as the Buddha said, that suffering, the cause of suffering is ignorance, right? And the ignorance is really not realizing our true nature, right? And feeling like we're isolated, that we're separated. And if we can understand ourselves, the nature of our suffering, this ignorance, where we feel disconnected, that we are not interdependent on every single other being in this universe, if we can get to non-fear, then we can actually hold that for others. And I know that sounds like a lot of words, so let me rewind really quick. There's so much in it. And me being a very passionate, heart-centered person in the Eastern Buddhist kind of mindfulness, that calm of the Buddha, this is a great invitation for me to balance that other side out. But no, this idea of non-fear as being, the Buddha said that the basis for suffering is ignorance about the true nature of self and the world around you. When you don't understand, you are afraid. And your fear brings you suffering. Non-fear is the greatest gift you can give yourself or anyone else. And he goes on to say, it goes back to the original fear. The original fear for all humankind is this, that we will not be able to survive, or that someone will not be there to take care of us. And when we look out into the world and we see all of this injustice, we see all of this violence, if we look with that other lens, we can actually see that they're suffering. We can see that they are scared. And what if there was one who got to say, dear one, I am here for you, right? So back to this courage to love it all, right? Jesus called the sick, he called the diseased, all of this lowest forms, like symbolically, he's loving all parts of ourselves, right? And so we also have to accept that we're children of God and that we are worthy just like we are, so that we can show up for others. So one of Thich Nhat Hanh's students asked him, teacher, Thai, I guess they call him Thai, that's like his love name, what do you do with all the madness and the violence in the world? How do you not lose your hope? And I want to read what he said, because I think it really appeals to this question that we're wrestling with. Like Jacob, we're not letting that angel go until we get it today. Sorry, we're all here. So he said this. He said, we must practice taking refuge. If you want to feel safe, calm, and protected, if you lose your peace, you will suffer and you will make others suffer. When a situation is turbulent and overwhelming, we have to practice taking refuge in ourselves. We go back to the island within us to maintain our peace and our hope. And then you become an island of peace and compassion and inspire others to do the same. So what can we do? We go back to that refuge. Even the song that Tom was singing about earlier, and this love, it's not outside of us, but we have to generate it within us so that we can carry it back out. So Thich Nhat Hanh and a lot of his practices, it begins with being mindful, begins with being present. Right here, present moment, wonderful moment. We're safe, right? Just coming back to the truth, going beyond non-fear. There is nothing that can destroy us. We are a continuation. I know last year we talked about what would happen if you knew you could never die, right? But we're so afraid. But if we really got in touch with that ultimate reality, right? This paper is a continuation of the sun, a continuation of the tree, right? What if you could be there for people that you were afraid of, clearing out all that debris once you realize what you really are? So this island within us, this energy of mindfulness, that every time we take a moment in and we're breathing in, I'm breathing in, breathing out, I'm breathing out. We're claiming this moment to be a part of the whole. The way out, my friends, is the way in. And we can generate this energy. We don't just stop it here. We get to practice it and carry out. He has a lot of walking meditation where each step, I'm here, I've arrived, I'm here, I'm arrived. We might slow down in the next week, but I really want us to take this challenge to be spiritual activists, taking this into the world, taking this all of the time, every day. Do we have time to love? Do you have time to breathe? Do you have time to claim this? Check in with yourself. That way, when someone calls you on the phone and they're really suffering, you can really be there for them. Because if we don't learn how to love properly, sometimes we can end up having the people that we want to help actually help us. So we have to touch back into that. And so as we close, I wanted to remind you of a story that Thich Nhat Hanh said in response to this idea when his students were asking him how not to give up hope in the world, how to cultivate this love, right? That bears all, that holds all. He said, imagine that you're in a boat, and our boat is out at sea, and we're all in it. And there's some ravaging storms coming, right? If everyone on that boat panics and gives up hope, there's no way that boat can make it through the storm, right? But if there's one person on that boat that can remain calm, then that person can inspire others to stay calm, and you will get through the storm. And he said, you are the answer. You are the answer. So to really cultivate the courage to love it all and to get out there to do the work, we've got to go back to our island. We've got to practice this all the time with joy. Oh my gosh, isn't it nice that we don't have to run to the future and regret the past, right? Embracing ourselves. The word compassion means to suffer with another. The word courage in Latin means to speak one's mind with a full heart, right? Enough of the shame. You're worthy now, right? You are a child of God. And wherever there is love, that's where God lives. And I just want to remind everyone, I was teaching a few weeks ago. A lot of you know I work with children. And when we were getting ready to leave, the teacher said, so what's the biggest thing that you can ever give someone? What's the most important thing in life? And all the children raised their hands and they said, your time. And they all said, thank you for your time. So it's my honor, and I just want to say thank you all for your time.
Let's sing about it then. Shall we? If you guys know it, feel free to sing along. I'm sure you do. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know we won't let hatred grow, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see, wait and see. Take a good look around, and if you're feeling down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. 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 Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. That's great music. Thank you. And Chenise, those shoes, I'll tell you, you're fitting into them. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Chenise. That was really nice. Thank you so much. And here at Unity, we have 5 basic principles that we live by. So let's really take these to heart. 1, God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone. 3, I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. And 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. And 5, I do and give my best by living the truth that I know. I make a difference. And one way that we make a difference here at Unity of Orange County is by donating and offerings to our ministries. And by your donations, we are able to keep our doors open and keep things going. And it's proof by us still being here that every donation really does help. So we have several ways here at Unity. Holly's going to bring the baskets around, and you can donate that way. If you don't have a donation to put in, just bless the basket, please. That would be awesome. Thank you. And you know, your donations are tax deductible. And so be sure that if you are giving cash and you want that tax deduction, put it in an envelope with your name on it so that you can get credit for that. We do donate by credit card. You can donate at the website or send your text by texting 77977, and in the message put Unity of OC Give. And from there you can either give a one-time gift or set up a recurring gift. Okay, so together let's give our offering prayer. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. I give and receive always in love. Okay. Do we have any first-timers here today? First-timers. We have a first-timer in the back. That's awesome. Welcome, welcome. It's nice to have you here today. And we have a flower and a welcome packet for you, so that would be great if you could fill that out for us. And we have a blessing for you. Tom?
We
love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the light in you. So let's stand and sing our song, This Little Light of Mine, because look at all the lights out here.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Oh, let it shine. And now if you could join hands and let's get ready to sing the peace song and our prayer for protection. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy as well. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. And together, wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yay, God.